Nobody will captivate like Usain Bolt was able to captivate. He ran his final 100-meter in Jamaica. It's not going to be his final race. That's actually, according to Bolt, he believes he envisions ending his career shortly in August at the 4x100 meter relay and the 100-meter final on the 5th and the 12th of August in London. But his last race in Jamaica, it truly was pretty cool to see. For one, I mean, it's 9.9 seconds. That's it. That's all the guy had to do, and he became one of the most beloved athletes of a generation. I'm not sure if anyone's going to touch his time in a long time, and it's going to feel like there's a giant hole in the next Olympics. Yeah, because he was him, Phelps. I'm trying to think of the other notable Olympians that really stood out. Not just like USA Olympians. It's different here, but I'm sure everyone has theirs. Brazil in the Olympics for the soccer with Neymar. Just the captivating element of it. So here's the actual race in itself. And once again, even though he's not in his prime anymore, Usain Bolt still gets to drop his arms and walk through the finish line. Everybody else tilts their heads, he gets to lean back, just like Fat Joe.
Well, I always remember the very first time that I seen his first 100-meter like groundbreaking race, and there was a lot of people that said he knows he's going to keep breaking his own record, so he slowed up, like with the last 2 or 3 yards. He just went like that. You know what? Because I think they get bonuses when they break the record. They're like, what's the point of like going all out right now when I could just break this record consistently?
In the 100-meter final. But the 200-meter final I always thought was more interesting because he'd build more of a lead, which was ridiculous. But in the 100-meter finals during the Olympics when he was running them and winning them, because he went back to back to back, he won, I think he was 1 gold medal short. There was a relay, I think he came, maybe had a silver medal, maybe it was his first on that team, that first team. But in 2016, 12, 2008, must have been. So not 12 years ago, it was like, what year are we in?
We're coming up for 2018, Jason, so nearly 10 years ago.
Nearly 10 years ago. Regardless, in that race, in his last Olympics, he turned to the camera to smile.
Yeah.
During a 9.9 second to win race, a 10.0 second to win race, he turns to the camera to smile because he has the time during 100 meters. I don't know if we're going to see that again.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but he's also had like the length. He was tall, so he was able to those extra long strides. But also, Usain Bolt just seems like a fun guy to be around because when you win races, you get to dance. So he danced.
That's all part of the reason why he's so beloved, and not just in Jamaica, but all across the world. There's certain athletes that are able to draw that mass audience just to see that one person, and every sport has them. But it's rare that a 100-meter sprinter was able to do that throughout the generations and maintain himself alongside. If you were to put a list of all the athletes that you wanted to invite to like a party or a dinner party, like Usain Bolt is right next to the LeBron Jameses and the Cristiano Ronaldos, like these polarizing figures. But it's almost harder to do when you're simply put on like an individual sport by yourself. But he was just able to do it with such flair, you know, and such rambunctious spunk.
I like that word.
So do I.
Spunk, but still.
Rambunctious. Add rambunctious to before spunk. Add spunk before rambunctious.
Sure. He was.
He just this is what he's making me do. He's making me put words in different orders for him.
There's like, look, it's not. It's what Muhammad Ali always say. It's not bragging if you can do it. So Usain Bolt used to smile and laugh during races, before races, while the race was going on, as he crossed the finish line. And he was able to do it. He was allowed to do it because nobody was even coming close to catching him. There was an American sprinter who was back in the 2016 games.
Morris Green?
Well, this is Green. It was more recently. He got pinched for doping in like the 2014 World Championships, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's so great to have him back, not doping." You can't look. Usain Bolt beat sprinters using drugs. Like, you have to think about that. They were trying. Usain Bolt was beating sprinters who were using steroids. So all of Russia, and then most of the other any Olympian ever.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know if it will be in my lifetime that you'll see a sprinter like that. Who knows?
I would hope. But it takes away an element of the Olympics. Like,
yeah, of course. And it's not just like, I would always want to watch the 100-meter or 200-meter, but once Usain Bolt entered into the mold, you couldn't miss it. It was like the one thing that you had to make sure to tune into, because what's he going to do before he crosses the finish line? Is he going to showboat after? Is he going to, yeah, I mean, you just didn't know what he was going to do. And of course, he's very outlandish. I mean, he said some ridiculous things. He actually wanted to trial out for Manchester United because he said he could play.
He said, well, just think for a second. Let's just say you sub in.
No.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
I can't.
Listen. Let's just say you sub him in the 88th minute, okay? So he has one job. You have a goal kick in this situation, okay? So you have a goal kick, and you just boot it. You let him start sprinting. He's gonna, he can't beat anybody. But I guess, look, you just gotta work with Ronaldo, time the runs, and nobody would ever be able to catch him. He's also got the long legs, so if he could get any kind of first touchdown, no. Could he actually play? Of course not. I mean, these people, like these defenders, have been playing in the Premier League and for so many years, and fundamentally
just
grew
keep
up with it.
catching him offside.
They also like, what about like a wide receiver in the NFL? Like, I don't know if he can catch, but the nice thing is there's no offsides in the NFL.
Yeah,
so
and a lot
technically,
of time,
no one's gonna catch you 100 meters down the field.
Yeah, I think that was a symbol of how confident he was.
Would you sign him for fun?
It'd be a good PR stunt.
Yeah, it'd be a good PR stunt. Leicester should do it.
It would be like when
they are the Foxes.
When the Cowboys had
the Mavericks had Tony Romo.
The Mavericks had Tony Romo on their team. And then people wrote ridiculous articles about it. So maybe people write ridiculous articles
Nick's
about
could
that.
sign him. He'd be a better point guard than we've had for the last.
He's tall.
Years.
What height is he? 6'4", 6'5"?
Is he 6'5"?
I think he's tall,
I don't
man.
know. Let's ask the Google.
Let's ask the Google. Or Siri.
No, Siri doesn't know anything.
Siri.
Whom shall I help you call?
Exactly.
Siri, how tall is Usain Bolt?
6'5".
6'5".
Wow. Phelps is 6'4". Simone Biles, 4'9". Unbelievable. Comment below, like, favorite, and subscribe. Will you miss Usain Bolt at the Olympics? And will you be watching his last race in August in London? I think I will be. I will be. I want to race Usain Bolt. I get to do 20 meters. He has to do 100.
Interesting.
I'd probably lose.